at the right at the mouth of this crevice here, he'd be in a great position to really deal with this. Oh no, he's going to lose one tank. Some bad control there, costing Dopamine. And I'm just going to call it, man. That's some questionable decision-making. He really should have just sieged up right about in this area. And then what are the Stalkers going to do? Come down and attack right into the entire firing path while the Banshee stands in the back and picks things off. So, but doesn't mean, that mistake's not going to cost him. In fact, Legless Puppy's still quite far behind. That economic harassment with that Banshee early on has still done damage and has not been recouped. So the Puppy following behind by 6 probes in the economic war. So Dopamine looking good, getting up his expansion as well.
Oh yeah, Dopamine did well with that. Again, you and I just discussed, not putting those siege tanks there because once that Banshee was gone, there was no top ground vision. So, if he'd have pulled it back just a little bit, he probably would have had a little bit different of a scenario, be able to take out a couple more things before the party was over. But
Dopamine's double expanding. So woo. 2 of them. I like this. He knows he's got his opponent on the back foot, and he's going to push that advantage. Doesn't feel like he wants to favor the army right now. So Dan, I know that's one of your favorite moves. You love the double expand.
I love the double expand. I used to be so bad about not expanding, and now I just can't wait to double expand. I just think it is absolutely incredible to do that.
Oh yeah, if you can hit the timing on it, and that's really takes game sense. Dopamine pushed. He saw that his opponent only had a handful of Stalkers to defend. He knew, given that he was favoring the Immortals in his mix, that's not units. Those are not units you can replace real fast. And given that he has the siege tanks, he's doing what he does right now. Just siege them up and use them as a defensive perimeter that his opponent's going to have to wait a while to try to break with a heavier count of units. The Banshee moving back in. She's got 3 kills. Going to be chased away with 20 hit points. Oh, the Stalkers, no.
Don't leave it there.
No.
Oh, that's bad driving on her part right there.
Oh, yeah. Totally her fault. Let me tell you. And here comes the med school reject, the nursing school reject, the blonde bimbo. But, just look at her, man. You can tell that's the kind of chick who swipes drugs in the pharmacy and then gets caught when she's like 30. But, anyway, the pup doing quite a good job holding the fort, so to speak, out here at his natural. But Dopamine not making that kind of an easy job for him. Being really passive, but then again, he has double expanded, so he can afford to be passive and just allow his economy to allow him to explode into the mid game.
Oh yeah, and it's definitely going to benefit him soon. And the downside is so far, Puppy, even with that observer, he hasn't really gone anywhere and done anything with it.
Oh, it looks like they're going to move out at the same time. A couple of force fields going to cut off 1 or 2 of the Marauders. One Marauder's going to die. And this is the thing that Dopamine doing a great job sieging up, hoping the Protoss army will pursue him. But whenever you're going with a tank Marauder mix, once you go with tanks, you really have to be real careful about where you choose to engage. Personally, for what it's worth, I'm a big fan. My TVP, I feel like, is my strongest matchup, and I fight with kind of a Korean adaptation, so to speak, of a strategy. And this is kind of similar to it, where you open with a fast expand with Marines. Don't even worry about harassment. Just try to survive Protoss aggression early with very thin defenses, then explode with nothing but Marines and medevacs, and that's pretty much your whole mix. It allows you, the reason I bring it up, is that is a bit of a different situation than what you end up with if you favor tanks in your mix. Given the tanks are so heavy on the resources and the supply, you really have to be real careful about how you engage. If you have nothing but Marauders, Marines, and medevacs, you can really just engage anytime, any place.
Yeah, that is a very versatile matchup. We're going to see that take place right about now.
Yep.
Well, no, not really. Just going to drive it away.
See, and that's kind of what this turns into. Whenever you have a tank Terran versus really doesn't matter what a Protoss does if it involves a good count of gateway units as the pup does right now. It turns into, like, the Protoss never wants to engage where the Terran wants to engage, and the Terran never wants to engage anywhere but where he decides he wants to engage. So you wind up with a lot of dancing around, a lot of positional wars, and a lot of strategic positioning of units really determining the outcome of the matchup.
Oh yeah, and this would be a great time for Dopamine to really take some serious map control here. Legless really needs to move that observer around a little bit.
Here we go. He's going to push down. The tanks are unsieged. The stem goes off. He needs to get the tanks sieged up. The force field's forcing the army to come in closer. Great force fields there. All the tanks taking damage except the one in the back. One is sieged up, but it looks like Dopamine may come out on top here, forcing the pup to pull back into the range of the pylon so he could try to reinforce with stalkers. Nope, he's going to push the advantage. Says, I want to move in and do what I can now. That's the most useless force field I've ever seen in my life. Now he's pushing forward, and the high Marauder count going to be able to clean these stalkers up, and this is probably going to be the GG just as soon as he manages to snipe down this Nexus. Not a lot the Pup's going to do, down 25 supply to the 101 of dopamine.
Oh yeah, that is a huge supply gap right there. Yeah, there's literally nothing holding dopamine back from just completely ransacking the main right now. Those pylon or those photon cannons look great back there, but you can just kind of ignore them right now. And we have a Void Ray coming out right now for Legless Puppy.
Yep,
and Void Ray, yeah. And that's not the best choice right there. You probably should be going for units of some sort.
Yeah, going for anything but not and Void Ray. But,
Void, yeah, the and Void Ray probably not so much. It'd be great, if you just had like a mothership. Just pop that a mothership right now. Boom.
Well, he doesn't have any. He doesn't have anything that can shoot up at the moment. So in this very, very positional, very situational moment, he's going to be able to do some damage with this. Don't know why that makes no sense at all. Don't load up your Marauders. And now this tank's just saying, derp.
I'm dead.
This one Marauder goes, hey, you okay, bro? Ah! Getting chased back.
It's getting awful hot in here.
now the Marine count's showing up, and this is why you don't really see a lot of Protoss transition to Void Ray in a TVP unless the situation is just perfect for it, because almost always you're going to see a high Marauder count for Terran in a TVP, and all they have to do is hit one different key to start making Marines instead of Marauders for about 1 or 2 production cycles, and all of a sudden your Void Rays are useless.
Yeah, and especially with the stem, they'll just rip it to shreds pretty quickly. And we see that third expansion still unchecked by Legless Puppy there, and we see the double factory and the fusion core going in. We could soon see some battle cruisers on the field.
Don't think we're going to make it that far. We see Puppy reaching out into the map again, losing 2 Zealots immediately, and at this point, it's Dopamine's game to win. All he has to do is pick his time to push. With the Marines he needs now, up to a count of 10, plus the medevacs in the stem, that's going to be fine to deal with just about any count of Void Rays up to 3 or 4. But, yeah, here he goes. Gonna move in. He's got the scan going now. He's got more money he knows what to do with. Dopamine usually so good about keeping his money low, but he's got 3 bases worth of money right now that he's trying to spend while he continues with the aggression here. So getting a little bit high, 1,500 minerals, 1,700 gas. But right now at home, he needs to be tacking on a lot more production facilities. Don't know that he'll need them, but just in case, either way, here we go. The Void Ray moves in, falls immediately to the Marine fire. There's the GG and the great manner there from Legless Puppy saying GG and good luck. So, wishing luck to Dopamine as he advances here in our IG Alpha Divisional number 8, brought to you by itsgosu.com.
That was an absolutely brutal matchup ending right there. Great job for Dopamine and Legless Puppy, and congratulations and thanks a lot for Legless Puppy for really showing us some really great matchups there. And Dopamine, of course, is going to move on to the round of 8, and we're now going to go into our round of 8 matchup. We're going to be seeing Mukau take on VP Minotaur, aka Glee. He is very upset, Minotaur is, because there is no Glee going on for the summer.
Cry.
I know, but I kind of meant to ask him, and I probably still should. They're having that contest, that singing contest where you can appear on Glee. I'm wondering if he or his quote unquote girlfriend are going to be trying out for.
Oh, come on! Now, see, that's one thing I don't do. If a dude says he has a girlfriend, the way I look at it. The way I look at it is like this.
Give us some flack.
I know, but this is just my personal policy. If a guy says he has a girlfriend and he's telling the truth, then he's telling the truth. If a guy says he has a girlfriend and he doesn't, then he's so sad that no matter how big a dickhead he is, I'm going to let him get away with it because he needs some love in his life. Anyway, that's one of the, I can be a jerk sometimes, but that's just one of those little policies I've adopted over time. But anyway, thanks so much for being here, guys. I'm AC, that's Red Mage JR, and this is the IG Alpha Divisional number 8, brought to you by itsgosu.com, brought to you by our lead sponsor, Steel Series, and brought to you by, of course, the rest of our sponsors, Cyberground.us, Max Integration, and San Yamabushi Jujutsu in combination Goju Ryu School of Self-Defense. Check them out at sanyamabushi-goju.com. So, moving into our next matchup, what we got here, Red Mage? Looks like a little Mukau and VP Minotaur action, leading things up here in the round of 8 at the IC Cup Test Bug, our round of 8 starting map.
That's exactly what it looks like there, and Mukau, of course, being Zerg, and I believe Minotaur is Protoss, if I remember correctly, right? I want to say it's Protoss.
Yeah, Minotaur is definitely a Tossie. He's one of the Tossies.
Yeah. So we're going to see another PVZ, and that's going to be pretty cool. And yeah, Minotaur stepped off for just a second to eat something. I thought he was back. I thought he would be back by now. So if you're watching the stream, Minotaur, stop watching the reruns of Glee and get in the game here.
Oh, exactly. So thanks so much for being here with us, guys. Once again, I'm AC, and we love you guys so much. You guys are so good to us. You know, we want to give something back, so that's why we give away stuff like magic cards, etc. Just giving a few shout-outs to the folks hanging out in the chat here. Antarianism, a lot of fun. Daedalus, Day 8, which should be day, day, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Screw it. Anyway, day 8, I can't think. D. Martin, which makes me happy because that makes me think of Dean Martin. Dean Martin is my idol, and I've made myself a promise. The day I turn 40 is the day I begin dressing exactly like Dean Martin every day of my life. Hopefall, Mumbles of Life, which is, of course, Mumbles of Death because he's going to kill you and drink your blood. But, Oh So Comfy, Plath 08, SC Tekken, Shakemaster 52, Strostocles, the philosopher that we all love and know, and our European hero, Thor Fan, who's probably kicking in at like 4:30 in the morning his time. Thanks so much to all of you guys for being here. And for everyone joining us that does not have an account and is not signed into the stream, we hope you make an account with Justin TV. Hit the like button and go ahead and enter to win those magic cards. All you got to do is be a follower, and all you got to do is send an email to contest@itsgosu.com. And let us know you want the magic cards, man, and we'll get you those if you win after we randomly select you. One would hope that we'll get those magic cards to you forthwith, those Planeswalker Special Edition magic cards only available at one place at one time. That was at the New York Comic Convention in 2010. So, Red Mage, I know you're an art guy. You love the look of those cards.
I love the look of those cards. They did a very, very good job on some of them. Of course, whenever you get into a card game, there's they have like 4 or 5 artists and for a lot of them, and 1 or 2 of the artists is like really good. Then they always have like that really cartoony looking one, so their stuff isn't as great. And then they have one very abstract looking one because that's just the way that things go nowadays. But the 2 big artists that they got for this, and I can't remember their name. I'm so terrible with names. They did a phenomenal job on the hero characters alone. They are just amazing. And these cards are set up. The Planeswalker series is set up for tournament players. There, it's a very tournament friendly game. Well, I wouldn't say friendly because the rules actually are a little complicated, but once you play it a couple of times, it gets to be second nature. Kind of like StarCraft 2. All you got to do is play it a little bit, and you're good to go. So now, there we go. There's Minotaur there. I was going to say, I just saw him pop back on. There we go.
Absolutely. There's the guy. I was just getting ready to say he's on the clock. I hate to do that. By the way, it looks like we've got another European guy. Day 8, are you a Euro guy? Because he says it's 2 a.m. Thor Fan said it was 2 a.m. where he lives, and Day 8 said, same here, I work in 6 hours. If we get another Euro, I definitely want to give him some attention for hanging out with us into the wee hours of the morning. But anyway, there we go. Mumbles, I will drink your blood. I will eat your children's faces, but it's okay, because I'm just going to mumble. It's fine. But, Shakemaster, the cards are called Special Edition Planeswalker. Just put in Planeswalker Magic the Gathering. You'll see them. They'll pop up, so you shouldn't be too hard to find. But anyway, we got our matchup set. Mukal and VP Minotaur as ZVP on Icy Cup Test Bug. And it looks like 2 mins, please. I just got back. 2 mins, VP Minotaur. That's fine. If anyone's got any art or anything they'd like to see pimped out that they've done for us, and again, I'm not saying, hey guys, give me the art because you owe it to us. I just know we've got some amazing fans that hang out and do art for us and all that fun stuff. And if you've got anything to show us, I'd love to pop it up on the stream here and show it to everybody. So, but aside from that, let's do another Aqua Teen Hunger Force trivia question here, brother. I'd see I asked one, then you asked one, so it's my turn again.
Okay.
Okay. Whenever, do you remember the the Siren episode? Whenever the Sirens moved in next door to Carl. Whenever the guys were moved out of the house.
Yes.
Who was the all-time baseball great who shacked up with the Sirens?
Oh man. Oh God. Oh. Try minutely. Gosh, I can't remember. It was the one that he whipped the battery at, and I honestly cannot remember.
Yep. Come on.
I don't
Anyone
know.
in the chat know it? Let's see if
I don't know sports names. I'm sorry.
See, here's the thing about asking trivia questions. If I'm not actually on the mic with you, I'm making a mistake, Mumble. You got to remember, I've got like all the background music going on in my head, and I don't know how loud my mumble is, so I lean in real close to the mic like this and make sure you hear me. So, Nope, not Barry Bonds Antarianism.
Who was it? Who was it?
I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna give that. And once we get, I'm gonna give it till the game gets started. I'm gonna let the chat figure it out. No using Google. Don't be a douche. I hate when people do that. I hate that so much.
Gotta Google it.
Oh yeah. I mean, what's even the point?
Sammy Sosa.
Nope, not Sammy Sosa. There it is.
Remember.
Nope.